So this is a $27 controller off of Amazon. You can get it on GearBest or other online retail places, but I got mine from Amazon because of the 2-day shipping. Here are the specifications. It tells you what it's compatible with. It says iOS, but that's only if you're in China. So take that with a grain of salt. So on the back side, it just tells you a couple of the features, and then it's in Chinese. It shows you a cool graphic of what it looks like with the light on and what it looks like when you have your phone on it. And then on this side of the box, they show you a cool, I guess, aerial view of the controller from a cool angle. And on the bottom, it says wireless controller. Inside of the box, you get the controller itself, which we will take a closer look at later. You get a interchangeable D-pad. So they also include a little pamphlet of every controller that they've made. They have a lot of different styles, so if you're interested in getting one, I'll leave a link in the description. Then they have the actual manual itself. It tells you about the controller, what each button does, and lastly, it comes with a micro USB charging cable, but I have a lot of them laying around, so I don't need that. So taking a closer look at the controller itself, you see it has a Xbox controller style shape with the PlayStation controller layout. Obviously you don't have a touchpad, but you do have a home button, a start button, select. You have a cool Xbox Pro controller style D-pad. It's kind of cool that they included that. It gives you a better look and feel to the controller. We have the X, Y, B, and A buttons. They light up too when you turn it on. We have L1, L2, R1, R2, and obviously you have the charging port right there. The back of the controller looks like what you would expect the back of a controller to look like. Just a little label. I don't really care what it says. It says wireless controller. So when you turn the controller on, you just press this button and it makes a little rumble and it lights up. So it does actually have two vibration motors in the left and right handle. It's nice to see that they included that at a price of $27. Taking a look at the thumbsticks of the controller, I tried them out. They're pretty good. They're not too far off of a PS4 controller. The quality's obviously not going to be 100% perfect as a PS4 controller, but they're still good. And for mobile gaming, or actually even like PC gaming, they would be really good. The actual build of the controller itself is really sturdy. It has the same weight as a PS4 controller. I'm not too sure about how it is compared to an Xbox controller, but you know, it's kind of the same size, so I would say it's about the same too. So taking a look at the D-pad, it's actually interchangeable. You could take it out, and then this is the other one that it came with. You can just put it right in, and you're good to go. But I'd say the weakest part of this controller is actually the quality of the D-pad, because even with this one on, or the other one, it kind of sticks out a little bit. And when you press, there's a couple times where you might accidentally press like the side arrow and the down arrow. It's not as precise as something like an Xbox or PS4 controller's D-pad. The lights on the controller up here tell you which profile that the controller is in. So for example, right now, if it's in like mobile, like for Android, it's gonna have this light. And then if it's on PC, this is for Xbox input and this is for PS4 input. So when you connect it to your PC, you can actually choose what input it has. So that's actually cool, because on PC you can choose whether you want it to have an input as an Xbox or PS4 controller. So for games like FIFA that you can't use the PS4 controller on, you can put it in Xbox mode and it will light this bottom one up, and that means it's inputting to your computer as an Xbox controller. But if this one's lighting up, which you could switch it to, then it's gonna pretend like it's a PS4 controller on your computer. So right here in the middle, this flips up and it reveals two buttons. So once you already set up this controller with your phone, pairing is as simple as turning on Bluetooth, turning on the controller, and then it'll light this up when it's ready. And there we go, it's connected. So in terms of actually putting a phone on this controller, this moves up and down, so it can fit some pretty big phones. I have a pretty big phone. I have the OnePlus 7 Pro, so even with the phone like this, I can fit it onto the controller without a problem. So first we're gonna try out Fortnite. So once you press any button on the controller, you can see the input on Fortnite switches to the little controller buttons, so that shows that Fortnite recognizes the controller and you're ready to start playing. So right now we're in the pre-game lobby. I'm moving around. Uncrouch, I'll jump. So this will give you a good example of how much input lag there is. I don't think there's a lot compared to an actual controller, like if you're on PS4 or if you're on Xbox, but it's obviously not going to be 100% the same. So it's pretty responsive, but obviously, like I said, it's not going to be the same as an actual PS4 or Xbox. So that's Fortnite. Now let's try Asphalt 9. I actually really enjoyed Asphalt 9 on this controller. I thought it was the most responsive game that I tried using this controller. So it works with the controller. I'll just do a quick race, show you guys how it works. There's no problems with it, so now I'll test out Minecraft. So, fully compatible with Minecraft. Everything works the way it would if you were playing it like on a console, like Xbox or PS4. You can move around. Works just as you would expect it. Yo, but like, let's talk about my llama collection. Like, look at this, bro. Yeah. So now let's switch to Pup G. Well, yeah, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you can't play Pup G with controller. They banned it. It kind of sucks because I was really looking forward to using a controller on a game like Pup G, because it's really fun, and if you could use a controller, I bet the experience would be a lot better. If you look at this, raising the sensitivity doesn't help. You can't move around, you can't punch, you can't do anything else. Controllers, like any controller, is basically useless on Pup G, so that's kind of sad to see. So I really like this controller because I think it makes a mobile gaming experience a lot better. If you're someone that doesn't like to use touch controls, I understand why you would want to buy this controller, and I wouldn't blame you because it kind of just makes your experience seamless. So if you guys are interested in buying this controller, I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Also subscribe because I'll probably make a future video on this controller if I run into any problems, but so far I think that it'll be pretty fine.